However, I do want to talk about this interview that aired today. If you guys are hearing this now on Maximum FM, this was a couple days ago, but the interview aired today. And it was an interview with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Tekashi 6ix9ine, don't listen to his music. It's fucking horrible, but that's another story. However, if you do want to watch the interview to get a little bit more context to, what I'm about to say, the link is in the description. So make sure you guys go watch that interview. Now, here's the thing. If you guys are familiar with Tekashi 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine is, in my opinion, suicidal. Why do I say that? Just because of the things he says, because of the things he does. Obviously, he's doing it for trolling purposes. It doesn't take a fucking scientist to put this together. Like, this is the age of the internet, So when people are talking about you, they look into you, they search you, they YouTube you, they Google you, whatever. Like, they're looking for you. So when you're on the top of mind, for whatever reason, like the traffic generated from your name alone is going to be extremely high. So now when you have a product that you can actually sell, people are going to check that out. That's just kind of how it works, So again, people are talking about you, good or bad. If you have a product that you can sell, people are going to look into that. Case in point, Bhad Bhabie, right? So Danielle Bergroli, the Cash Me Outside girl. She was on Dr. Phil and she went viral because of Cash Me Outside. Cash Me Outside. How about that? She went viral because of that. Because she went viral, people started to, exploit the amount of traffic she was generating with her name. It's all analytics, right? So people started to exploit that. I think it was, I don't know these young niggas. I can't remember the rapper, but anyways, he put her in his video. Okay, so that's one thing. Then she started fucking around with Kim Kardashian, so that's another thing. Then she put out a fucking rap song. Now, I want you guys to catch the whole flow of that, because this is going to all correlate back to the Tekashi 6ix9ine conversation that I want to have with you guys. So again, Dr. Phil, she went viral. She got featured in that rapper's video, fucking with Kim Kardashian, the fucking Kardashians, right? So this is all interest that's generated, she's generating. The only thing that she actually sold at that time, which she stopped, was she had the Cash Me Outside hoodies. And if you niggas know, like the Champion hoodies, like she basically copied it. Instead of Champion, she put Cash Me Outside. But anyways, she had a product that she was selling. Obviously, somebody was like, yo, there's a lot of interest in you right now. You need to fucking sell something. So she did the sweater. But then obviously they put a stop to that because that's copywriting. You can't just jack someone's logo. So now what does she do? Okay, let me put out a rap song. She puts out a fucking song. People flock towards it. They're like, oh, Bhad Bhabie or whatever the fuck her name is. She's this, she's that. Everybody's talking about her. But oh, she put out a rap song. Let's just go check it out. Let's just see if it's good or not. Fuck it. So that shit pops. She puts out another one. That shit pops. She gets signed to a fucking major label. And again, feel free to quote me if I'm incorrect here, but I think it was somewhere in the millions. And she didn't get signed because of talent. Now, by the way, like the shit that I've heard from her, I don't know if she has a ghostwriter, but by today's standards, it's actually pretty good. I'm not going to front, but that's not the point. The point is she didn't get signed because of talent. Not at all. She got signed because she's popping. People are talking about her. She's constantly in the media. She's constantly, she's trending always. So this major label's like, why the fuck would we not do a record deal with her? Kids are stupid. They're going to buy it, and they will. She's touring right now in Europe. So now when you take that and you translate it into Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine, when you watch this interview, and if you know his come up, he went viral initially, from World Star and he even says this in this interview, and in other interviews, but he went viral because he basically did some wrestling move on a girl. I can't remember what the move is called, but that's besides the point. And the shit went viral, so. Again, back to my point, he was generating interest in his brand really early on. And in this interview, he references a lot like, oh, you know, I'm just the kid with the rainbow color hair, the rainbow colored teeth. You know, why is all these gangsters trying to come at me and so on and so forth? Again, he's doing all these things. Even his look is just to get people talking about him. Notice I still haven't talked about his music yet. All I've talked about was the shit he's doing to generate interest in his brand. Let's continue on that. He's on Instagram. He's on whatever social media outlets he has. He's saying, fuck this rapper, fuck that rapper. I don't need to check in no neighborhoods. I don't give a fuck what the neighborhood is. I'm a gangster. You can't kill me. Test. He's saying all this fucking suicidal shit. Like, let's not forget Tupac and Biggie, God rest their soul, died. They were killed because of some rap shit. So let's not forget that this is not impossible. You know, and I certainly hope this does not happen to him. But let's not forget, like, it's not impossible to happen to him. So when you compound like his look, you know, the rainbow and all that shit, with the talking gangster and shit, of course people, you know, they're interested in that. Of course they are. They're like, how is this fucking rainbow haired colored dude saying he's the king of New York, saying, you know, fuck the game, and he's starting beef with this one and Jay Prince's son? Like, how is he getting away with all this? And we're watching and we're feeding into it because it's ridiculously interesting. It's almost like a car crash. It really is. You know, the thing is I, again, we haven't talked about his music yet, and I'll get there. But I believe that this generation, the youth, created Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like we said, and when I say we, again, I'm speaking about the youth. They said that this is okay. We're going to be all right with this guy running around with the, you know, rainbow colored hair and teeth, talking mad shit on the internet, disrespecting this one, disrespecting that coast. And regardless of what he says in this interview and however he tries to actually, you know, twist the message saying he's not being disrespectful, he's being fucking disrespectful. If you have any bratupcy at all, so meaning manners, like your parents raised you properly, you know that he is being disrespectful. Just because he's not doing it directly. He's being disrespectful. Don't be fucking stupid. All right, so with that being said, we're letting all this shit slide. Why? Because it's entertaining. And also, why? Because really deep down inside, we want to see how long he can actually get away with this. We all know that he can actually get killed by doing this shit. People die for less. People die for less. You understand what I'm saying? So I personally think that, yeah, we want to see him win. You know, we want to see him win because he's a kid from nothing. Like, you don't hate on somebody because of their success. You just don't do that. However, I personally think that we built him up off the fuckery that he created because we want to see him crash and burn. Internally, we want to see that. We want to see the worst happen. This is just how in my opinion, this is just how humans are wired. We want to build you up. We build you up. We build you up. And we defend you while people are shitting on you. But internally, we really want to see you crash and fall. And the only thing is, the shit that he's talking, the crash and burn for him, is he's going to get killed. And, you know, if you watch this interview, you see he has a daughter. Like, and he references, you know, a lot of these older people when he was saying, oh, you know, people are in the street looking for him or whatever like that. Like, these are grown ass men with family. Don't they have anything better to do? And, you know, that's extremely hypocritical because yes, Tekashi has a job. It's his job to make music, but he also has a family. So why would he jeopardize, you know, his daughter potentially growing up without a father for this shit? You know what I mean? So, and I personally think, and again, I'm pretty sure you guys would agree with me on this, that he knows exactly what he's doing. Envy, and I think Charlemagne as well. I'm not sure if Yi mentioned this, but they didn't really speak too much to his music. They said they had a favorite song, but they said that people more know Tekashi for his antics, you know, for the shit that he does. And I personally believe, and I think that Tekashi knows this as well, is without him doing and saying all this fuck shit, he wouldn't be selling the records he's selling. Because again, it goes back to generating interest in your brand. Just the same shit I said with the Cash Me Outside girl. If the Cash Me Outside girl just came out as a rapper, before, no Dr. Phil, no none of that shit, just came out as a rapper, do you think we would give a fuck about the Cash Me Outside girl as a rapper? Fuck no. Now, the reality is she still may sell because, I mean, again, the standards today are very, very low when it comes to music. She still may sell, but she would not even be close to as poppin' as she is right now. And the same thing with Tekashi. All right, so we're going to get into his music now a little bit, but the same thing with Tekashi. If Tekashi wasn't doing all this fuck shit, this sideshow shit, his music wouldn't be doing what it's doing. It just wouldn't. He's comparing himself to Tupac. Is this guy fucking serious? Okay, so let's talk about the music a bit, and then let's talk about the interview. I listened to the music. I listened to the album. I was like, fuck it. Let's just see what this album's about. And I got to be honest with you guys, man. You guys know me. I'm very particular with my music. I couldn't make it past song 5. It was trash. Like, it's not a good album. The whole album is yelling and screaming and murder, murder, kill, and gang shit. And some people, that's fine. Like, if you like it, you like it. That's cool. But I think it's fucking horrible. And because I was able to take in the album, that even gives me more, in my opinion, gives me more of a right to say, hey, if he wasn't doing all this side show shit, he wouldn't be doing the numbers he's doing. He's staying top of mind. Everybody is talking about him. So they're like, oh, this fucking guy compared himself to Tupac. He's got a new song out. Let's see how bad it is. You know, who the fuck is saying this shit is good? Nobody's saying anything about that. Nobody's saying anything about Vanilla Ice sold millions of records. Millions of records. Do you think Vanilla Ice would ever say he's the best? Now, granted, Tekashi never said he was the best. He said he's the hottest. And even that's debatable. And what I mean by that is, why is he the hottest? Is he the hottest because of his music? Or is he the hottest because of all the bullshit? Even when Vanilla Ice was selling millions of records, when MC Hammer was selling millions of records, yes, they were the hottest at the time. But they weren't the hottest because of some fuck shit going on the side. They were the hottest because of their music. People fucked with their music. I truly believe that Tekashi 6ix9ine, the reason why he's selling the records the way he is because people are talking about him about other shit. All that interest he's generating with the other shit. If he wasn't doing any of that, I'm not saying he wouldn't be selling because, again, standards very, very low for music. But he certainly wouldn't be doing the numbers he's doing right now. So the thing is this fucking guy, in other words, is risking his life. He's risking the possibility of his daughter growing up without a father to sell records. Now, to some people, that might be a very fair trade-off. It just might. I mean, like, what else? Again, I don't know his history. I don't know, like, I guess he just recently graduated high school, you know, so I don't know if he was qualified to do anything else other than make music. So some people are like, fuck it, man. I got a kid to take care of. Yes, I am willing to die to provide for my family. I'm willing to do that. So that, he may know this. He needs to be saying and doing all this suicidal shit to keep people, interested in him so his records sell. He may know this, and that's why he's doing it. I mean, remember, in this interview, he did say, fuck, he may retire this year. Because he's already accomplished everything he needed to accomplish. And the other thing is, why I think he said that is because you could only put on that, I don't want to say facade, I don't know the nigga, but you can only do that suicidal shit but for so long until it catches up with you. Right? So, fuck, he's giving himself a year. I think that's smart. Go all in for 1 year. In this climate, 2018, where the standards of music and entertainment are so low, why not? You got nothing else to lose. You got a daughter to take care of. Go all the way in. Say the most outlandish shit. Be trending every single day. Sell your records and then peace the fuck out. I mean, the shit still may catch up with you, but at least you were able to take care of your daughter because you'll probably leave a nice chunk of change. So I don't know, man. I personally, again, think that the whole reason he's popping is because of the antics. It's definitely not with the music. The other thing I want to talk about this interview is he did kind of handle Charlemagne. Charlemagne is normally the guy that's always on point. He holds it down. You can't catch him. He didn't kind of handle Charlemagne. He ignored him a lot. He turned his back on him when Charlemagne was saying some shit. No, because Tekashi was like, oh, you know, I never start anything. All I do is react. All I do is react. And Charlemagne was like, nah, you do. And Tekashi was like, all right, name one. Now, granted, Charlemagne, Envy, and Yee, because none of them could name anything he started. They couldn't name one. So granted, they may not be up on Tekashi 6ix9ine like that. I mean, I know I'm not. Like if he asked me to name, he may have started all of them. I wouldn't fucking know because I'm not up on Tekashi 6ix9ine like that. But he caught him. He couldn't name one. And the other thing, what's interesting, how he caught Charlemagne. And I guess even Tekashi's not even really up on Charlemagne like that because I don't know why he didn't say this. Tekashi says he reacts to everything. And yes, he blows it out of proportion. Even Charlemagne was like, yo, you escalate it. You take it to another place. Isn't Charlemagne always the one who says you can't control how people react? If somebody pushes you and they pull a pistol out on you, whose fault is it? The person who pulled the pistol out or the person who did the shove? You can't control how people react. So the simple fact that Charlemagne even said, hey, you're escalating it, that's a contradiction. He always says you cannot control someone's reactions. So how the fuck is he even, again, I'm a fan of Charlemagne, but how the fuck are you even clowning him on that shit or even attempting to? So I just thought that Tekashi handled himself really, really well in the interview. I was surprised. I was really surprised. And I did think it was kind of like a 3 against 1 thing. I don't want to say I'm surprised, and I gotta be honest, like if Tekashi 6ix9ine was sitting here and Hana was here and Devine was here and we were interviewing him, it would probably be the same thing. You know what I mean? Because he does the most outlandish shit and people want to know why. You know, so again, I thought he did really, really well in the interview. If you guys haven't checked the interview out, the link is in the description. And just to kind of close up on that and get into some music, I think Tekashi 6ix9ine sucks. I think his music is horrible. And Tekashi seems to think he's going to be around forever. Absolutely not. 100%. Absolutely not. I've been listening to music for a long time, watching the industry for a long time. And if you guys know shit gets played out real fucking fast. Case in point, DMX. DMX had the same fucking style forever. When he first came out and he popped on Rough Riders, he put 2 albums out in 1 year. Both of them went multi-platinum. Then the album And Then There Was X went diamond. And then it was downhill from there. You could only take so much of the same shit over and over again in terms of music. People are going to get tired of that shit. And if he thinks the antics are going to continuously save him, he's going to have to go further and further and further and crazier with the antics to keep his the interest up. And by him doing that, it's only going to get more and more and more dangerous. So again, very interesting interview, not for the sake that it's Tekashi, because who the fuck cares, but it's just a great way to look at how, because people fuck with him, right? Like people fuck with Tekashi. That's the facts. So it's just a great way to look at how old school niggas, i.e. Charlemagne, Envy, and Yee, you know, approach the young school niggas, the younger niggas, and vice versa. So, I mean, watch it just for that. It's like a clash of the old school and the new school. Because I know there was some new school niggas, some younger niggas watching that like, yeah, you got him. And yeah, I would do the same thing. And I know there was some old school niggas that was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Because even I was saying that. So it's just entertaining, and it's a really, really good watch just for that simple fact. So make sure you guys go check that interview out. Again, the link is in the description. But fuck all that. Let's get into some music.